Hello, YouTube. Mike the Gambling Guy here, bringing you day 3 of the very simple Baccarat challenge, where we're using the no mirror strategy. So with that, let's jump right into it. And if you need a website to play on, call me. Which figures do the walking though. Send me an email, MiketheGamblingGuy@gmail.com. I'll be glad to tell you where I play online. Not allowed to tell you within the chat feature on YouTube. It goes against their policy. But if you like this kind of content, please give it a like. Please subscribe. Again, we're trying to build this channel. I need your help. I need your help. So here we're doing the no mirror. So what does that mean? If you haven't seen a video, if you're new to this, you can see these two results appear mirrored. This was a tie, so it didn't matter. This was a no mirror, and this was a no mirror. So we would have lost this bet. We would have won this bet, and then this bet we just wouldn't have made because I only make one bet per column. So we know our first bet is going to be for the player at the top of this next column. And right now my balance is at $771. So I hit my goal yesterday of $65. Today we're looking for another $65. So that'll take our balance, my balance up to $835. Which would mean that the next day it's going to be an even $900. So that is the goal for the first 10 days, is to do $5, and that gets our bankroll up to $12.80, which will actually then allow me to play a $10 unit and have 4 legs of my stool, my chair. Right? So I'm using a chair bankroll, which means I've got 4 legs. My stop loss is going to be if I go 6 progressions. We know that's going to be where I'm going to stop. Did see they did have a little bit of a streak here. They ran 9 times on the red. That's good. But you can see it never had, at least up to this point, we've never had an entire row that mirrored the previous row. All right, so we've got our bet on player for a no mirror at the top of that column. For this video, my goal again, 3 to 5 units. Get 1 win here, and we'll move to the next table. See what else is going on. So we've got a 6. We will not be taking another card. The dealer has a 1. Well, the banker has a 1. And bam, we got a tie. So there has been 4 ties now. So if there's a tie on this next hand, I was going to be taking a pause anyway, because I don't play when there's a tie next to the tie. Now, maybe you don't track ties, and that's fine. Then you'd be having your own result that you'd be looking at. Here's not tracking ties, but I do track the ties. So that means my next bet is going to be for a banker down here. So we're still in step 1, because a tie is nothing more than a refund. We don't lose. I love the ties. And we're going to go with a banker here. So hopefully the banker is going to break out this little 2x2 that they've got going a little bit. But I mean, this hand has certainly been 17 bankers over 11 players. Banker would actually give us a blue slash on the cockroach pig road, which that is now going on a chop pattern like that. It'd give us a solid red here on this one, and that's good there too. So actually, I like the banker on all 3 of these columns. Let's see if the banker pulls off the win. The banker said, "I agree." So the energy of the game was really in flow here, and that's really what I like to see. All right, let's check out the other table. Now this table had just gotten 2 no mirrors. Actually, they've had 4 no mirrors in a row. I wouldn't be surprised if this energy continued through here and the player ends up getting the win. Look at that, a 9. So again, just another example of the energy flowing through here. Actually, I think if I come back here, I wouldn't even have another bet until we get down to here for a player. Because they're almost neck and neck as far as who's going to be able to allow me to have a bet first. But just because we get to the bottom of this row, when I get to the top of this row, I do take a pause on a tie to the left. So that wasn't even going to be applicable there. So we'll stay here with this guy. Actually, they're both right now because of that tie on the top of the other column. They're both kind of sitting neck and neck as far as getting to that bet. And I'm not really wanting to play two legs at one time. Made sure. Possibly can. I mean, that's why you have that bankroll, right? Of multiple legs. But man, do you imagine if things went south at the same time? And we lost two legs at one time and be like, not sure what to do there. Wow, the player's really on a tear here. Might just let that player energy go and just step back over here to this other hand because I'm not sure I want to try fighting against that. And with that, we're going to come back to this room because he's on his result right here. So then we would be going to a player bet here. So we got $5 in the player. So far we've got 1 unit won. I'd say there's 2 bets to make 1 unit, but first one was that tie, right? Five. Player will be getting another card unless the banker has a natural. They have a 6. Need a little bit of help. No, went down. Like I say, it'd be hard to get them to go down to a 1 or a 0. So now we're at step 2 of our progression. Hopefully it doesn't go like yesterday where we had to get into a lot of steps of progression. And if it happens, it happens, but that's not the plan. Hit and run, baby. So after this, we'll take a look and see what the other table's doing. And then we can head on over to the black room, get the other unit. All right, well, hopefully the banker ends up saying, that's enough for me there, and wants to come back over to the player. So right now, a player bet would give us a blue slash on the cockroach pig road, which I would like. Gives us a red solid bullet here, which would be good. We'd continue that. And would give us a blue here. So they're not all in sync as far as the way their patterns are going. But 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And we would certainly like the no meter. Let's get this 8 to stick. And yes! I got to show off my froze my nuts off in Alaska shirt, right? So, fantastic. We hit that. So, the other session has expired. Well, with that, let's head over to the black room. So that other window will shut me down. Look at that. I don't normally have the 2 windows open at once. But when I started doing this challenge, I'm like, well, it makes sense to have both windows open because I only have 2 tables available to me. And actually right now, Baccarat is not even available in the black room. Apparently don't have a dealer trained to sit at the table. I would think they're probably only following almost the computer prompts. But yeah, they don't have Baccarat currently available. This guy's had 0 ties. Out of 41 hands, he's had 0 ties. That is incredible. And speak of the devil. One shows up. And we're jumping on banker here. And looks like banker's the way to go. Because we've got the red dot here. Of course, this streak would continue. We'd be getting into another red here in the Big Ed Road. But on the Cockroach Pig Road, we'd be getting the red slash to get that to continue. So, come on, no mirror. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. It's got a 9. How about tie? Back-to-back ties. Oh, get pull out 6. All right. So, step 2. Player, $10. That would give us a blue slash there. A blue dot here, which I like better. And a red eye here, an open circle here in the big-eyed road. So come on, player. Let's see another player. Got to beat a 7. He's going to make us work for it, isn't he? Back to step 3. Step 3 is just the refund. So far, our best we've been is up 1 unit. Because I believe we've had to do, we had a refund bet last time. So player on the Cockroach Road give us a blue slash, a red eye. Seems like a waste of an 8 there. So we need a little bit of help. And we didn't get it. Well, now we're going to 5 units. So the player again would be a blue slash. Be a blue dot here. And it'd be a blue circle here. Zero. Another 7. And we've got the 9. Nice. Right, so that was a 5 unit bet. So that gets us back to 771. So right now I'm down that 1 unit. We're right back to where we started. So my next bet, instead of being a 3 unit bet, I'm going to do a 2 unit bet at the top of the next column. So people are like, well, your next bet, your progression would go from 5 units back to 3 units. Correct. You could absolutely do that. I don't do that. I just want to lock in 1 unit. So in order to lock in 1 unit from where it was, because right now this is exactly where we had started, I would actually then go down 1 unit. So I need to bet 2 units, or in my case, $10. Because what if I need to get back into my bet progression again? I don't want to get too far away from that my 6 bet limit, right? 6 steps is all I've got in my progression for my leg. So the further I can get to the left, I'm good with that, right? Just be patient. So 1 more bet here, and we'll be able to go in for a banker bet for $10. And you can see he's not getting quite close to the top of his shoe. 47 hands in. And the player pulls out another win there. All right, so now we're going banker, $10. So the banker is giving us all blue results down below. So it'd be a blue on the Big-Eyed Road, be a blue on this road, and it'd be a blue on the Cockroach Pig Road. Out of those, the only one I'm really excited about would be the Cockroach Pig Road, because the other two, they're not necessarily following the pattern. So the player's going to take another card. So we just slam them right here. 7. I'd rather have the 7 though. Good 7. So there we just locked in our second road. So you saw there it said some bets are disabled. So this room actually has a really cool bet. The player dragon bet is really kind of a fun bet, and you can do it as little as $1 on here, regardless of what other bets you've made. So if you're going to say, okay, how do you win this bet? Well, if you come out with a natural 8 or 9 with a win, right, then you win even money on that bet. But if it comes out and it goes to the third card draw, and the dealer, the side that you're on, so there we got our 6-6 tie, finally came up back with a second tie. But if you go to the third card draw and the side that you bet on, player or banker, wins 9/0, you win 30 times your bet. It's just fun to hit. If they do 8 times, so maybe they came out with it ended up being 9-1, you win 10 times your bet. It doesn't start on the third card draw. I believe you have to win by at least 4 points before you get paid. If it wasn't a natural on the come out, but you can have a natural tie on the come out, right? Ties of 8s or 9s, and that bet wins. It's not something that I'll play typically when I have a $5 betting unit, but as my bets increase, and you're going to see you're winning a lot anyway. So I might take a 10% of my bet. So if I have a $10 bet, I'll put $1 over there and just almost play that out almost as a separate bankroll. Because remember, every bet that you make really should be a separate bankroll. All right, so enough talking. Let's go look at the other table. See what that one's up to. And he is what, 49. So he is getting to the top of his shoe here a little bit. So let's just try to get one more win before they start over. And you know what that bet's going to be, right? What are we betting on? What? Yeah, it's player. That's our next bet. And you can see if the chop continues here, that's great for us. It's also on the cockroach pig road, like that. We also have a solid red here. I'm okay with that, but I like the red circle there. So in this case, 3 out of 4 ain't bad, right? So on the main road, the cockroach pig road, and the big-eyed boy road, we've got 3 out of the 4 signals I like. It would have been nice to come out with a natural right there, but maybe the dragon was where it was going to end up coming. It went to 9, but it didn't make it all the way up. But at least all the energy was saying, this is where we're going to go. So hopefully you saw that, right, from looking at the different roads that I was looking at, trying to find the patterns. And that's how I would normally play that anyway, is looking at the different patterns that happen on the different roads. So hopefully you're picking up some things as I talk about the different patterns on those additional roads. I like following those as far as at least getting confirmation of what my bets are. Like, that's a great method. It also could be another way of going, maybe I don't like that bet at the very top, right? Maybe I should wait and see, like we had that hand earlier that yesterday, that the top rows are doing nothing but pairing. And you have to listen to the energy at the table. I mean, it is there. And I really should listen to it instead of just going, we're just going to stick with this strategy. Because I do tend to like to follow the energy of the table and play with the energy of the table more. So hopefully as the month progresses and we continue down this challenge path together, you're going to have a very good handle of how I play and how I might manipulate my bet or just sit on the side. Because remember, there's really nothing wrong with waiting. What happens? If I would have waited and that hand went no mirror, okay, big deal. There's got to be another column coming, right? I mean, unless he's going to run out of shoe. And then that was going to happen anyway. I literally don't have any control. So stay with me, play with me. I'm going to try to get some live sessions going. So if you want to join, ask questions going throughout. Remember, the only question you can ask, or at least that I can't answer, is where are you playing at? Because I don't want to be getting banned or anything bad happening on YouTube. So if you need that, reach out to me at MiketheGamblingGuy@gmail.com. Other than that, please like and subscribe. Until next time, Mike the Gambling Guy, I'm out.